We're going to start today with comparing ordering decimals. So yesterday we looked at decimal place value, and now we're going to compare those numbers. Y'all are really good at comparing whole numbers, so you're just going to take this and look at it like it's money, okay? So we're going to unlock the problem. The table lists some of the mountains in the United States that are over 2 miles high. How does the height of Cloud Peak in Wyoming compare to the height of Boundary Peak in Nevada? So right here is the chart. Boundary Peak in Nevada, Cloud Peak in Wyoming. There's their measurements. Here's Grand Teton Peak in Wyoming, and then Wheeler Peak in New Mexico. But it's asking me about Cloud Peak in Wyoming, and it says compared to Boundary Peak in Nevada. Okay, so they went ahead and they lined up. So these are the two I'm looking at, Boundary Peak and Cloud Peak. And they just lined up the two numbers on top of each other, lining them up by the decimal. So to compare the digits in each place value, you line up the decimals, line up the decimal point. That's really important to do, okay? So here I have, so the first step is I'm going to compare the ones place. So I have a 2 in both places. So right now those numbers are equal. Then I'm going to compare the 10th place, so the next place value. They're both 4, so they are equal still, okay? So right now they're still the same digit. And if I want, I can cover up each digit to look at it like this, 2 and then 4. Step 3 is I'm going to compare the 100th place, the next one over. So I compared the 2's, I have a decimal on both of them. Now I have 4's. Then I have a 9 and an 8. So which is bigger, 9 or 8? Well, 9 is greater than 8. So therefore, I know that since 9 is greater than 8, then 2.495 is greater than 2.48. And 2.488 is less than 2.49. So right here, when I seen that the 9 is bigger than the 8, that's how I know that this number was greater. So the height of Cloud Peak, well, Cloud Peak, Wyoming, has the 9 in it. It is greater than the height of Boundary Peak. Okay? Another way, use a place value chart to compare. This is what we're going to kind of stick to, is making sure we're lining up those decimals. So we have the ones place, tenths place, hundredths place, thousandths place. Compare the height of Cloud Peak to Wheeler Park. We changed our question. So Cloud Peak is up here, is right here. So Cloud Peak to Wheeler Park. So I have 2.495, 2.495, that's this one, to Wheeler Park, which is 2.493, 2.493. So I'm going to check them off once I check to make sure the numbers that I've written are correct. All right. And the way that I am going to check this is I put them in a place value chart, lined up by their decimal. So I have a 2 and a 2, they're equal. 4 equals 4. 9 equals 9, and 5 is greater than 3. So here's what I know. Since 5 is greater than 3, then 2.495 is greater than 2.493. So they were equal, they were equal, they were equal. Aha! This one is greater. Okay? So 2.493. 2.493 is less than 2.495. So the height of Cloud Peak is what? Cloud Peak is greater than Wheeler Peak. All right? All right, next piece you have in front of you, and we'll go to our math log in just a moment. You have a sheet of paper that looks like this. It's blank on the top, and then it has compare and order decimals on the bottom of it. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that paper. Let me make it where it's a little bigger so you can see. Take that whole sheet of paper and just fold it down so that you have a little booklet, and we're going to work on our booklet just like this. And then we're going to open it back up in a moment and write up here, and then we're going to work those problems, okay? So on the outside of your booklet, the first thing that I want you to do is write compare and order decimals. Okay, compare and order decimals. All right, so we are going to open up that, and we are going to make what's called an anchor chart, a small anchor chart at the top here, kind of just all of our information up top, and then we have some problems to work. All right, so what I want you to do is at the top, I want you to write decimal place value. So decimal place value. Okay, and I'm going to use a pencil, and then I would go back over it with marker if I want to in a moment, but I want to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. So the first thing I want you to do is start with, I'm going to go across, I'm going to come down right here and put my decimal. Okay, so this is going to be my decimal point right there. And then I'm going to come across and I'm going to start with my ones place. So ones, and I'm not writing the whole word. We should have those down by now. Here I've got tens. Then I'm going to have hundreds. Okay. Then I know that I'm going to have, that is the end of this period. So I'm going to come down with a blue line. And this one is a different period as well. Okay. So then after hundreds, I have thousands, 10,000s, 100,000. Same thing. That would be the end of that period. So I'm going to come down after 100,000. Okay. Then I'm going to have millions, or 1 million, right? 10 million, 100 million, and that would be the end of that period. And we could keep going to billions and so on, but we're just going to stop right there. Okay. So this period right here, this is the millions, this is the thousands, this is the, so ones, tens, hundreds, then thousands, millions. Okay, make sure I didn't make any mistakes there. On this other side, these are called decimals. And the way that they're going to go is, this right here is my tenths, and I'm going to write it right here. Tenths, and I'm going to move that word decimals. I'm sorry. Let me move that out of the way. Where can I write that? I'll write it in just a second. So these are my decimal numbers. Oh, you can't even see that. Let me clear it up. So tenths, and then hundredths with the THS, and thousandths with the THS. Okay, and we could go on, but what I'm really concerned with now are that you understand that these are all decimals. And they go on forever as well. You write that right there. Decimals. Okay? And they would just go on and on and on and on. Let's take our first number here and let's write $25, right? So if I had $25, I would have 2 tens, 5 ones, and let's say I have $25 and 6 tenths. Okay. Let's say our next one is $25 and 6, there's my decimal, and 6 hundredths. What about $25 and 6 thousandths? Okay. The question that I have for you is, which of these numbers is the greatest? Okay. Which of these numbers is the greatest? Well, understanding that this number right here would be written as a fraction. And I'm going to move my arrow again. I am messing y'all up. This would be written like $25 and 6 tenths, like a fraction. This one would be 25 and 6 hundredths. This would be 25 and 6 thousandths. So if I have 6 out of 10, I'm pretty close to having it all, right? What if I have 6 out of 100? If I have 6 pennies out of 100 pennies, I don't have very much, do I? But what if I had 6 dimes? Well, here I have 6 out of 1,000. Let's say I have $1,000 and I give you 6 of them. Did I give you very much? No. What if I had $100 and I gave you 6 of them? Well, a little bit more. What if I had only $10 and I gave you 6 of them? Yes, because I gave you more than half of what I had. All right. So keeping that in mind, I want you to go through here and check off. So we're going to look at it just like we looked at our other numbers. So here we go. We're going to start on the number to the left. So whenever you compare numbers, you're going to start on the far left, the last digit to the left. So I have all 2s. So 2 is equal to 2, which is equal to 2. So right now those numbers are exactly equal. Then I have all 5s. Well, they're still equal. Now my decimal, I wind them up by my decimal. Then I have a 6, a 0, and a 0. So which one would be the greatest? The 6 would be the greatest. So here's what I know. This one is going to go first. Okay? So I'm just going to put a little first right there. All right? Now I have a 0 and a 0. I got to figure out which one's going next. Let's say we're putting these in order from greatest to least. Okay? I'm going to go over again. Well, now I have a 6 and a 0. What would go here if there's nothing? A 0. Very good. So look at it like money. $25.60, $25.06, $25. The 6 cents, that one would go second. And if I go over again, well, what do I have to put there if there's nothing? Zeros. Well, that 6 is now bigger than those, so this one would go third. Okay, so I just compared and put those decimals in order. All right, so that was at the top of my thing. So our rules for putting things in order is to step 1, line up the decimal points. Step 2, start at the left. which is different because, you know, when you add and subtract and things like that, you start on the right. But when you're comparing and ordering, you're going to start on the left. Compare the digits to each place value. So that's step 3. Compare the digits in each place value. And for me, it helps to think of money. Think money. All right, so those are your 3 steps. So not hard. All right, we're going to go down here to the bottom now, and we're going to work those problems, okay? So I am going to do step 1. I'm going to line them up and line them up vertically right here. Forgot that? You're going to line them up vertically. So 9.23, 9.32. Ah, I have 9 and 9. They're equal. I have 2 and 3. Aha, that 3 is greater. So the alligator is going to eat the bigger number. So it's 9 and 23 hundredths is less than 9 and 32 hundredths. Okay? Line them up by their decimal. 7.20, 7.2. The decimals have to be lined up. What am I going to put when there's nothing? I'm going to put a 0. So 7 and 7, they're equal. 2 and 2, they're equal. 0 and 0, they're equal. So these numbers are equal, even though that one's missing the 0. That is 7 and 20 hundredths, which is the same as 7 and 2 tenths. Okay? So 7 and 2 tenths, 2 dimes, is the same as 20 pennies. Line them up vertically. 1.994, 1.493. Ones, they're equal. Ah, 9 is bigger than 4, so it's going to go that way. This is where it happened, right there. I want you to line them up vertically, even if you can look at them, okay? 4.44, 4.044. What do I put in that blank spot? A 0. Ah, they're equal, and then I have a 4 and a 0. So that 4 is greater. And if you look at that like money, that's $4.44. This is $4.04. Okay, so sometimes that helps. I have 3.61, 3 and 87 hundredths, however you're reading that. 3 and 3, they're equal. 6 and 8, aha, that 8 is greater, so I know the 6 is less. So it's going to be 3 and 61 hundredths is less than 3 and 87 hundredths. I have 5.4, 5.400. What am I going to plug in if there's empty spaces? 0. So I have 5s, 4s, 0, 0, 0, 0. So these are equal. Even though this one has the extra zeros, they're still equal. Order from greatest to least. Now I have a whole bunch of numbers. How am I going to handle that? I'm going to do the same exact steps. I'm going to line them up vertically by their decimals. 7.081, 7.81, 7 and I'm going to check them off after I write them to make sure I don't miss one. 7.002. Aha, I know I need a 0 there. 7.14, and I need a 0 there. So anytime there's empty spots, plug in a 0. So here I'm going to cover and compare. Ready? 7, 7, 7, 7. Ah, they're all equal. Decimals all lined up. Yes. I have now a 0, an 8, a 0, a 1. And it said order greatest to least, so I should have written on my paper G to L. We learned that last year. Okay? So greatest one would be the 8. So I know it's 7.8. It's this one. 1. And that didn't have a 0 on it when I started. So that one I've already done. Okay? So I'm going to leave the 0 off even though I added that 0 on. Comma. So this one's done. So I have 7, 7, 7. That one's done. I have 0, 0, or 1. Ah, that 1's going to go next. So 7 point, what is that number? 14. This one's done. Then I have 0, 0. 8, 0. Ah, that 8 is going to go next. So 7.08, 1. That's that one. That one's gone. And then 7.002. So $7.81, $7.14. Cover that thousandths place by has $7.08 and just $7. So that helps me put them in order. Same thing, line up vertically. Plug in my zeros, cover and compare. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. They're all equal. My decimals are lined up. I have 0, 1, 4. My 4 is going to be the greatest. So I know it's this one right here, 1.4, and cover it to see the rest of the numbers, 0, 3, comma, that one I used. Then I have 0, 1, and a 0. That 1's going to go next. So I'm going to put a little mark by it so I know that's it. 1.1. And then I added those zeros in, so I don't have to put them because they're not here. So I've already used these two, comma. I use that one. I have 0, 0. Now I have 0, 7. Okay, that 7's going to go next. 1.07. It's this one. So it has an 8. Should have moved over that. I'm going to write down here just because I'm out of room. I used that one. And then my last one is 1.001. And that was that one. And I'm marking them off as I use them. All right, I want you to now pause the video. I want you to work 9 and 10 and then unpause the video just to check your answer. Okay? All right, so here's my answers. I have 0.5, 0.11, 0.133, 0.04, 0.021. Over here I have 4.221 or 4 and 221 thousandths, 4 and 22 thousandths, 4 and 2 thousandths, and then 4. Okay, so those are my answers. So I want you to fold this down just like that, and you are going to glue that into your math log and label it in your table of contents as comparing and ordering decimals. So comparing and ordering decimals, and that's going to go into the notes section. So today is, my camera moved. Today is 10/26. Compare and order decimals. Notes. And then whatever page you're on is what's going to go there, okay? And then just glue that into your notes section, and then you need to move on to your try it that is on your desk.